Of course, Suella Braverman seems to be coming under fire left, right and centre these days, doesn't she? Anyway, the reason she's in trouble today is because she said that the Home Office are considering a proposal to X-ray migrants who claim to be children in order to verify their age. Emma, 222 children, or so-called children, have disappeared from the hotels that they've been placed in. Suella thinks that this is a good policy, perhaps, to try and identify who is indeed a child. Obviously, she's not going to be X-raying 5-year-olds. It's going to be more kind of people that say that they're, 16, 17, 18, but perhaps look 25. Where do you stand on it?
I think there are two separate things in that question. There are 220 people that we believe are children or are currently told are children have vanished. Mm-hmm. That's not a good thing. Whether they are children or whether they are older, these are probably people who are in the clutches of a gang of people traffickers, and they have gone we don't know where, and that's terrible for them, it's terrible for us, it's terrible for the system. The system is so broken. On the X-raying thing, to be honest, what we're seeing is Suella Braverman, it's more Tory psychodrama. What she's doing is throwing out increasingly ridiculous suggestions. The idea that you can X-ray the difference between someone who's 15 and a half and someone who's 16 is insane.
But that's not what they're trying to do. They're not trying to ascertain, are you 15 and a half or are you 16? What they're trying to ascertain is this... I'm trying to pick my words, I can get into trouble, I can sometimes. Is this person who reckons that they are under 18, but perhaps looks 30, are they actually a child?
But you can't tell the skeletal difference. It's just a nonsense. It's an absolute nonsense. But Suella Braverman's not an idiot. She may have come across as an idiot quite often, but she's not one. What she's doing is essentially daring Rishi Sunak to sack her because she knows he can't.
But this was originally Priti Patel's plan, by the way. Well, so what Suella's saying is that she's going to carry it through.
Yeah, but again, what they're doing is throwing out ideas that just sound so completely absurd and are completely absurd, not because they think they're going to work. We don't need X-ray machines to decide whether that won't work. If I had the slightest inkling, the slightest thought this worked, I'd take it more seriously. But this isn't a serious suggestion. What we need is a serious grip, do the stuff we know works, run the system properly, make it work, get the people in who can make it work, invest in serious policy, not gimmicks.
So you don't think if there's someone that presents who looks like an adult and says that they're under 18, you don't think that it's a sensible idea to try and check as best you can?
As best you can, absolutely. X-raying them, please.
David?
Well, I mean, this is misdirection, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
We've got look, you can't tell someone's age with an X-ray. There's something called age doping in the Olympics, and they've tried X-raying for bone dens. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, we've got a major problem, and I've got some ideas for that, but 222 kids, or possible kids, have disappeared. Why? That's the problem, not have they been X-rayed. I do think we should have DNA tests for people that want to come into the country, and that's controversial. That way we at least can verify their identity. Here's the thing, right? And this has to be said. Whatever your views on Brexit are, there's something called the Treaty of... Was it the Dublin Convention, I think it was?
Yeah.
And before, certainly in the 2000s, we used to be able to send back failed asylum seekers to safe countries, and we could do that through the...
But we hardly ever did it, though.
No, we did. We did 31,000 a year.
What,
yeah,
we sent back 31,000
during the 2000s, right. We did, because it was enshrined in our EU membership.
I thought we hardly sent anyone back.
No, we did. It's a really interesting fact. And now we're sending 5,000 people back because we know what to do. So the first thing is, we need to do something about sending people back. We also need... I'm the child of immigrants from the Nazis, and my family was sent when they escaped for a year and a bit to a humane internment camp on the Isle of Man. My mother was able to go in and out of it, and it really worked well. And that way, you have a chance to intelligently process what's going on. But what we have now is a mixture between...
But are you advocating that in this country? Do you think there should be internment camps in this country?
Well, I don't know about internment camps, but this is a long-term problem of 40,000 people a year, maybe more, maybe 50, 60,000. It ain't going to go away. It's happened. It's 75,000 people trying to get into Spain, I think. This is what we now have. And we have gangs and we have organised crime. This is Tony Soprano behind it. We live in mafia states like Russia, causing problems on the geopolitical front, and then we have gangs making money, and the people that are coming don't know what's going on. We have to deal with that. So we need some long-term solution. We need to be DNA testing people, and we need to do a deal with the EU to solve that problem, and then at least. And the other thing, by the way...
But what about this child thing? What about if you've got a fella...
It's nonsense, though.
Why is it nonsense?
It doesn't matter. It's 200 people, and some of them are kids, and they shouldn't be stuck in hotels, and we should have kept a track on them. It's irrelevant. It's like
no,
misdirection.
It's not irrelevant. If you've got a child in a school, and it's a child, you've got a child in a school, and all of a sudden some fella rocks up into your kid's maths class saying that he's actually 15, that's not irrelevant.
Well,
that's a
but they shouldn't be in a big
issue.
school. They shouldn't be in a hotel, and they shouldn't be in a normal... We need time. Look. We used to be able to process... asylum claims in about 8 weeks, right? Now it takes 450 days.
Yeah, but that's because of the volume of people coming in.
No, it isn't.
No, because the volume hasn't gone up. It's how they're coming that's changed.
It's not just that either. The volume of competence has gone down.
Yeah.
And I'm a software entrepreneur, and we used to produce software for the government. This is inexcusable rubbish, OK?
Inexcusable rubbish. There you go. I'm going to have to pause on that thought, because look at the time, everyone. It flies, doesn't it, when you are having fun. David Tabersall, Emma Burnell, thank you very much.